Okay, I see you got a new. Is that a new? I don't remember that scarf being in your background before.
Yeah. Oh wait. No, I gotta go like
I
that.
was thinking the Nux one.
Yeah, the Canucks one.
Well, then let's start there, buddy. What do you think about the drama?
They're probably gonna end up trading JT, man,
You think?
and it sucks. Does he ever know trade clause? That was the only thing that I wasn't sure about.
Yeah. Yes, but I heard he would be willing to waive it. How credible that is, I don't know. But
I heard that
I think Petey
someone told me
does
that
too.
he only wanted to go to New York, like the
I heard
Rangers.
that as well. Like that was just. I think that was just one of like the major rumors.
There's no one on New York that I want, like other than like Keandre Miller, maybe.
I'd take Braden Schneider too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'd
then it's
go
like, what else do you package with that? That's not enough. Like one of Schneider
Keandre
or
Miller
Miller,
and
one
like
of those guys, a first round pick, and what else?
Lafreniere.
Yeah, no, last a stud now. He's worth more than that. That's the thing. They
Yeah.
don't have like a replacement for him. It's not like the Canucks are
Um,
selling. They need a
I
replacement.
would have said Kako, but
Yeah, no, I don't think that would have been enough either. They traded Cackle for like a third, a
third,
sixth.
third, or was it a third and a fourth?
It was like Cackle and a sixth for a third, I think. That could be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. They're not trading Petey. Respectfully,
you
everyone.
don't think so? I mean, there was rumors that they're open. It's apparently they're taking calls on both. They're willing to trade them even within the West, and Boston is apparently in on both. I've heard there's a lot of interest from Pedersen for the Islanders, and then
I think it's
interest in
bullshit.
Miller from the Rangers. But I don't know how much of that's true. That's like Elliot Friedman's reporting this. Like this has been out there, so it's not like we're just making stuff up.
I think this is bullshit, man. I think it's just like, I think realistically, the most realistic option is nothing's gonna happen, and they're both at the top of like all the trade bait lists and shit. I'm just like, fuck off,
I
man.
think they
Like,
should definitely wait till the off season.
yeah, they're not gonna move them mid-season.
You
They're
both signed these
gonna.
guys to huge. You signed both these guys to huge extension.
Pedersen's making almost 12 million a year.
Yeah, you got like they're both nasty. Keep them for the rest of the year. See what
See if
happens
they can work it out,
and figure it out.
because they'll probably work it out.
I think
And
they're
if they
fine
don't, they
right
don't.
now. I think they're just like they're not best friends, and that's fine. Like they've had problems. I think they're fine right now, but now it's like the drama is so crazy, and it sounds like they don't have a lot of like. I forget if it was like Bruce Boudreau said something again, but he was like, "There's not a lot of like." Apparently, Tanner Pearson was like a big leader when he was on the team and helped the
There's
relationship
no.
between those two. And Bruce was like, with Pearson, Horvat, Tanev, like those kind of guys gone. The only guy
Tanev's a big
apparently that they
loss.
have,
Tanev was the
yeah,
man.
I wish. Oh god, I wish he came back. The only guy that they have left who's like apparently like a really like a glue guy is apparently Myers, and he's the worst
Is
fucking
that why
player
they
on the
keep
team.
keeping him?
Yes, yeah, that's what I.
Do you see him trying to run the power play the other night? Were you watching the hockey
No,
game?
I wasn't.
No,
I wasn't.
dude. Hughes took a penalty, and it was Myers on the as the quarterback on PP1,
No,
and it looked like the game was in slow mo.
they put Brentstrom on waivers. Hey,
Which is another thing we can
what
talk
are they
about is just
thinking?
absolutely a terrible play because he would have ran
Brentstrom's their
PP1.
third best defenseman when they got a
Yeah,
healthy lineup. But
he's just
Talkett,
small and
hey,
offensive, and
Rick
Talkett doesn't like
Talkett.
him.
Yeah, he's not over 6 feet. Not over 6 feet.
Talkett likes big defensemen, man.
Yeah, yeah, they don't have enough of them, right?
Apparently,
Unfortunate.
Myers, yeah.
It's interesting. What do you think? Okay, let's give me a mock. What could the New York Islanders send the Vancouver Canucks for Elias Pettersson? I think it starts with Matthew Barzal, right?
It's got to be Barzal. Bring Barzal home.
From Vancouver. He's been playing like
He
shit.
is from Vancouver.
He's been horrible this year.
He would definitely be a buy low, so you could get more than just Barzal, I think.
Do you think Pettersson can get Barzal and Dobson, or is that psycho? Barzal's
That might
been
be a bit.
so bad.
If Barzal, but you just know he's going to be good. You just know he's going to come back.
Dobson's been bad this year. Barzal's gotten worse every year since his rookie season.
If I'd be willing to give up Pettersson for Barzal and Dobson.
What do you think? Okay, so you think that's a bit too?
I think it would be like Pettersson and a third for Barzal
and you think a third gets that
Dobson.
done?
I think it's like you got to throw a pick.
What about salary wise though? Because didn't Dobson get a big extension already?
I thought Dobson got a bridge deal. I don't remember.
Here, let me look at Dobson's contract quick.
3 years, $12 million, $4 million per season.
Okay, so when's that expire though? When's that over?
He signed that in August 2022. It expires at the end of this season.
End of this season?
Yeah.
Well, he's had a down year, so that like I wouldn't hate that at all. It's risky, but I wouldn't hate it.
And then you run the risk of them signing him to a Hronek contract and then having him stink it up again.
Yeah, but Dobson's better than Hronek right now. Even like Dobson's nasty.
Oh, right now, yeah.
He's having a down year overall, but like he's still like he struggles defensively. We know that, but the Canucks have lost to defensive guys. That's fine. You put him with Soucy, that's probably okay.
I think Soucy's kind of dog shit.
Right? I mean, Soucy's not my favorite. He hasn't been great this year. I don't know.
I'd rather stick him with Jules, bro.
It's
like Jules has made his fair share of mistakes, but like
it's like these defensive guys they have haven't been playing good defense.
No, bro. Like it's the problem. And then they cut Brandstrom. Like what?
Dobson's a right shot too, though. Maybe hey, how about this? I like this. Pettersson and Myers for Dobson.
For Dobson and Barzal?
I would do that.
You just don't see 2-for-2 trades like
throw
that.
Throw a third in there too from Vancouver.
Okay.
I don't know if like that might be crazy. People might be valuing I don't value Barzal that high. I've never thought he was like that excellent of a player. Like, sorry, in comparison to how people talk about him, he's obviously one of the best like players in the world. But still, I don't think he's at that elite level of the NHL.
Yeah,
people talk like he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 25 of the Jungle Hockey Podcast, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. I'm here with Owen Elson. Owen, we're a quarter of a way to 100.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel?
It feels good, dude. It's great. Like, I didn't really think we would get this many episodes.
Do you think we'd actually like record this much, or
probably not, to be honest? But I'm glad we have, and it's been going good. It's been fun. So thank you all for supporting us so far, and hopefully we can. I would love to get to the 100 mark one day. And right now, even though I'm moving in 4 days? Yeah, 4 days. I'll be on a plane to New Zealand for 6 months. Mm-hmm. We're still planning on doing it. So, I'm excited to keep it going, and it'll be interesting doing it from out there. And hopefully I can still stay up to date with everything.
How far behind are you going to be?
I'm going to be 5 hours behind you, 3 hours behind.
So if we were,
it's actually 21 hours ahead. So it would be,
I know what you mean.
19 hours ahead.
But like,
19 hours.
So it'll be when it's like, say it's 5 o'clock my time, it'll be noon for you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. We're gonna have to figure out a fucking recording time, eh?
Well, you're just gonna have to give me like one of your free weeknights, and I'll just have that day available to do during the day. It'll be easy as shit for me.
That's gonna be dedication, bro.
As long as I'm not like traveling that day or something like around, but I think it'll be pretty easy for me. But as long as
I think we'll be we can be pretty flexible too, bro. Like I'm not too worried.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But I'm excited to get into it. Real quick, I do just want to say, went to the PJHL All-Star Game. Had a great time. Thank you so much to Rob Tour, the owner of the Poco Trailblazers, for having us out. And
right.
I got to meet a lot of awesome people. A lot of people. Everyone was so friendly, dude. Like, all had such good things to say. Pretty much everyone I talked to. So that was pretty sweet. But just
they knew who we are. Or?
Well, yeah, like media guys, like photographers, guys like that.
Yeah.
And then talked to like couple coaches. Like Greg was there, obviously, Poco's coach. He was doing color. So I chatted with him, Poco's GM Ryan, Derek Bedard. So there was, there was a lot of familiar faces, people I knew, and interviewed Marcus Jack before the game. That'll be posted by the time this video drops. So if you're listening to the pod and you haven't seen the interview, go check it out. Just a quick minute and a half, 2-minute interview we did before the All-Star game. If you don't know, Marcus Jack's the captain of the Poco Trailblazers, and obviously the All-Star game was held in Poco, so that was pretty cool for him. Talked to him about that. Mm-hmm. It was a great event. 6-5 overtime win for the Tom Shaw.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, high scoring. I gotta say, dude, North Van, they had their whole first line just playing together as well. They were
Yeah.
all there. Dude, David Yoon is nasty.
Dude, he's like 2 PPG,
He
man.
is so good, man. Like he must have developed a ton since he was in Revy. Even like last year,
Oh,
like
he was always good, man. That's the problem. He was always good. He just wasn't. He just didn't fit our system, bro. Like it was just like he was always a good hockey player. He always sniped on me in prac.
yeah. Last year he was good, but holy shit, he was like one of the best players out there in my eyes. And like their whole line, Castellato and Perro. Perro, holy shit, I couldn't believe this first time I played against him. I think he was on North Van when he was 17 and I was 18. He was unbelievable to watch. So good. And then yeah, just
Wow.
Abby's line. They had Tommy Williams, Connor Jarvis, and Drew Dornan all lit it up. Drew Dornan had a goal in it.
Drew Dornan's a good hockey player too,
Connor,
man.
he actually committed to UVic, I think yesterday today.
Oh,
So
good for
congrats to
him.
him. And yeah, Connor Jarvis won MVP for the Harold Britton Conference. Connor Hughes, who was formerly on Pomo, now White Rock, won the MVP for the Tom Shaw, and Mateo Schober got the overtime winner about 15 seconds into overtime. So unreal
Damn.
game, unreal event. Thank you so much to Poco, to Rob for having me out there, and yeah, it was a great time. So, oh, one more thing, one of like the main reason I went was to mic up Ridge's captain Lucas Ravenstein for warm up, and it didn't work. I don't know what happened.
Oh, the mic crapped out, didn't
Something
it?
happened
Yeah.
with the mic. So thank you so much, Lucas, for doing that. I'm really sorry that it didn't work, and sorry to anyone who was looking forward to hearing that. I was pretty choked. Don't know what I did wrong with it, but yeah, next time we'll definitely make sure it doesn't.
You've done it before. It worked before, didn't
Yeah,
it?
well, last time I tried to do two guys. I tried to do Cody Johnston and Connor Jarvis for an Abbotsford game, and Cody's worked, but Connor's didn't. So I don't.
Did you use the one that didn't work?
No,
Or
they
did you use
both
the
work
one that
fine.
did
I
work?
tested them both before. Like I
Oh,
don't know. So
fuck.
I don't know. Like I feel like it must have just like turned off somehow, like pressed against his pad or something. But I don't know. Yeah, and like when we did it for Cody too, his fell off once or twice. Connor like with for Lucas in the All-Star game, we had it taped on and everything to make sure like it was. And he looked like he was
Bro.
talking a lot too. So yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, we won't be able to do anything with that. I was really excited for it, and just yeah, thanks a ton, Lucas, for doing that. Regardless, but how are we doing, buddy? How are you? I just talked for a long time there. Sorry. I just wanted to get the thank yous out there for Poco and promoted a bit. It was a great event.
It's a big step. Like it was ran pretty well too.
Oh, amazing, man! It was so unreal. Yeah,
Like they put it
I
together.
was really impressed.
If only the KI would fucking follow suit, that would be good.
Poco's facility too. Holy shit!
Could you imagine like a fucking All-Star game in like Kimbo or some shit? Like it would be so fucking cool. Like it would be
What
so
about
cool.
Quinnell?
Or
What about
Quinnell.
Quinnell? That's where I want to see one.
Yeah.
I want to see I want to see the KI host their first ever All Star game in Quinnell. I guess the KI.
It'll
We don't
probably be
really
somewhere
know
like
what's going to happen.
Kamloops.
Yeah, dude. Oh, one more thing. I know we want to jump into the NHL and talk about that because we haven't in forever. But I've been hearing some crazy rumors from, and like this isn't like nobody. Okay, how do I word this? Nobody like really reputable has told me any of these lately or anything. I have heard these like word of mouth through like several people. So this isn't like a coach or somebody like spilling the beans to me, and I'm like this is just stuff I've heard like through the grapevine somehow. So one thing I heard. Okay, I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna say the team yet. There's a team that we thought was a guaranteed tier one team for next year that is apparently not going to be a tier one team, a pitch team that we thought.
Why is that?
I have no idea why, but I heard that they are not going to be next year, and
Is it financial
I
reasons?
don't think so. I have no idea, dude. I can't even speculate because it makes no sense to me. I was shocked when I heard. So I'm not going to say who it is. That I think is not
Or which?
making
Yeah,
it.
okay.
But another crazy one I heard is a team that I thought was not even going to be considered. It's apparently the Grandview Steelers are going to be tier one. And again, I do not know if this is true. I'll probably get corrected once we post this, and it's not. Have to correct it next episode. But apparently, Grandview's going tier one next year.
Do they have the facility
No,
for
they're
that?
relocating to a brand new rink. I heard of it. I think SFU's BCIHL team's been practicing there. I don't know what it's even called, but it's in Burnaby, and I've heard it's pretty nice. And apparently, Grandview's
Damn.
relocating there, and is going to be played Tier 1. And that was a huge surprise to me. But at the same time, like, I know Grandview is a pretty good history, and yeah, I mean, I guess there must be reasons.
They've been around, bro.
There must be reasons.
People talk about the Grandview Steelers like they're an old KIJHL PJHL franchise, dude.
For sure.
Like they've been there forever, and I don't know if they've been in that same facility forever, but they've been in that league for a really long time. So it's not a bad thing to see them.
No, I don't hate it or anything. I was just really, really surprised. And they're a bottom. They're in like what, 6th or 7th in their division, like right this year. But again, in the past, like they're usually a good team. There's not like a bad team this year. Even they're just playing a really strong conference.
It just shows that how it might not necessarily be taking all the best teams statistically. They might be just taking the teams that can do it.
Yeah.
And if Grandview's the relocating to a new rink, they have owners behind them that are going to invest money.
Yeah.
They have the facility, and it doesn't really matter if they're in 6th.
Yeah, no. This one season's final ranking is okay. It's fine.
Exactly, yeah. So you see their goalie got traded too? You see that to North Van?
Oh, that was their other goalie, dude. They have 220s. That was their backup.
Yeah.
He's still very good. But yeah, no, Garrity.
I saw him. I saw it, and I thought it was your buddy. I thought it was your the guy you say is the best.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know him,
fuck.
but
like, that's a big trade.
He's nasty, Garrity. He was at the All-Star
Yeah,
game.
not your buddy, but like I mean like the guy that you're talking. I thought the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, I like his game a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was surprising to see him go and not Garrity. But I guess I mean Garrity. I think that's where he started his pitch career. So I guess that's just where he wanted to finish it. And I obviously understand that as good as anybody. Kind of funny to see guys getting reunited to like playing on lines together where they were on it when they were on the same team earlier in the year, and then reuniting for the All-Star game.
Earlier in the careers, it's cool. It's just cool, man. Like you get to play with guys that you wouldn't play with.
That was the sickest part.
It was like you could like go up against because these are the top guys, so they're going against each other every night and they're playing against each other every night.
It was really interesting to see who stood out as well. Like I said, like that Abbey first line or that Abbey line and the North Van line in my eyes were like the two like the most noticeable.
I got Chem.
Yeah, that's I think probably had a lot to do with it, right? They played great. And then like there was lots of other stand-up players, but those lines as a whole were like really, really playing well.
That's really cool, but I'm really happy you got access to it.
Yeah, it was really cool. One more thing I want to drop. And again, I don't want to say the team name yet because I just
unconfirmed.
Yeah,
rumors.
Of course. Very unconfirmed, but it's like everyone's heard about it now. Like this isn't news to a lot of people. A lot of people know and will know the team I'm talking about. A relocation rumor. For a PJHL team. And
where to?
New Westminster.
The Bruins.
Yeah, apparently
the Bruins are coming back. The New West Bruins.
So again, this could be years away even, but the rumors are flying.
Fuck, the boys are losing their mind right now. The Canucks just got scored on twice in a row here. Sorry.
But yeah, the rumors are flying around. Guys on the team know about the rumors.
Really? They told? Did they tell the?
No,
they told the players.
Rumors. They know.
Oh, but it's just
like somehow this has gotten leaked out there.
Hush,
so
hush.
Again, I don't know if it's true, but somehow it's gotten leaked, and they know. The players know, and not happy. The players.
Not good.
So it's interesting. We'll see if anything comes of that. Again, no idea if anything will. Could be complete bullshit. Could be partially true. Again, don't think it's happening next year or anything, but it sounds like it's a potential thing. We haven't talked NHL in a while, so I was thinking we should probably...
Canucks are down 2 right now. Fuck.
Canucks are down 2. Red Wings, 7 in a row. Just hired Todd McClellan. Patty Kane looking like his prime self. Have you been following that or heard much about that at all?
I love Patty
I know you
Kane,
do.
man. Dude, I love Patrick Kane. He's so fucking good, man. How about them Sens though?
The Sens have been good too, man. Like it's in, dude. How about the
They're
Columbus
my
Blue Jackets?
That's what I'm
How
saying,
about
man.
the Columbus
Who would have
Blue
thought?
Jackets?
Who
Who
would have thought? You said, man. You said they're playing for something this year.
and I gotta say, right now, Zach Werenski he's past Quinn Hughes for the number one in Norris voting. It's no debate. I think he's got 50. Dude,
No,
he's
come
got
on,
40.
Owen.
He is like what, 15 goals already?
Should I bet
He
on
is
him?
Columbus. Yeah. He has Columbus on his dude. He might win the Hart right now. 16 points in his last 10 games. I think he leads the NHL in points since like November 15th. 48 points in 43 games. He already has 13
Werenski's
goals.
plus 1,000. Werenski's plus 1,000. So,
Dude, this guy is a stud. He's finally healthy.
okay, guys, get on DraftKings. Fuck.
Get on DraftKings, promo code
Yeah.
THPN.
Yeah, sure. Fuck.
Columbus has been what a story so far, man. Like I regardless, I at least want them to be competitive till the end. It's so fun to see. Obviously my
They're in a
Penguins,
playoff spot right
I
now,
know
bro.
they are, but I really need my Penguins to get in there. I think Boston's fallen
Why
out.
is that? Don't want them to tank? I guess
think-
this draft class isn't that good, eh?
Like it's still gonna be good, but there's like with every time there's not a clear cut number one, it's like like
You don't really know.
like I think it's Higgins, but he's not like a Celebrini Bedard.
Wings are on a 7-game heater, but they're still not even in a playoff spot. The Bruins also have 3 games in hand, but they're only 2 points ahead.
Yeah, the Bruins have played a lot more games. So, like, that's what I mean. I think Ottawa's going to get the 4. Bruins are falling out. That's how I think.
How bad is Jeremy Swayman, by the way?
I believe, as far as advanced analytics, which I quite like as far as goaltending stats, he's been the worst goalie in the NHL this year, I believe. At least the worst starter.
Yeah, saves above expected is a
Yeah.
great stat
Yeah,
for goaltenders.
he's been the worst goalie in the NHL. So I hope he fixes that. But there's been a lot going on in Boston. Media's trying to shake up the room, saying that Pasta doesn't want to play on a line with Marchand. They're literally best friends, but those tools.
Boston media,
Boston
man.
Media.
Boston media.
But
arguably as bad as Toronto media. But
nah, probably not. No, there's no way. There's no
No?
way. Dude. Vancouver and Toronto, I think, are the worst two, to be completely honest. New York's pretty bad too.
Vancouver, you think Vancouver's
Yes, dude,
worse?
look at what's happening with them right now. This is just the media.
That's true,
Like,
actually.
imagine if these
The
guys
media
played for
shitstorm,
the
dude.
Dallas Stars, nobody would know a thing.
Nobody would
Dallas
give a
is one of the
fuck.
best teams. Like, no, it's not they wouldn't give a fuck. It's they wouldn't make it into such a big drama issue. Like
Mhm.
that's the big issue here, right? It's like you're playing the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq. They hate each other for a while. Everyone's gonna know, you know.
Everyone knows.
But
Yeah.
anyways, buddy, any other Washington Capitals, dude. Holy shit. What a story. Ovi.
Fucking take Logan Thompson.
I know, man. They need to can they
What
do a
a
switch
joke.
this late?
Get rid of Montembeault.
I think he's
I
don't know, dude.
One second.
Roll the dice. Or hit a random number generator to see who to get rid of. It doesn't matter. Thompson should be the number one.
Number one, you
Yeah.
think?
Aiden Hill and Binnington haven't Binnington's been solid. No, what I would do is if I were allowed, if they can't, but hypothetically, you swap out Montembeault, who's been fine, for Thompson. Thompson starts. Binnington's your backup. St. Louis is solid.
Yeah,
that's another team. Like St. Louis is right there, dude. In the West, they could.
Okay, I should maybe go to a $6 hockey game.
Vancouver might need to start worrying about St. Louis. That's
what do they got? 44 points.
I would be more worried about St. Louis than Calgary.
Vancouver's got 48. 2 games in hand for the Canucks, though. I mean, Jim Montgomery's a good coach, dude.
Great coach, excellent coach. Dylan Holloway's been having a great year.
Broberg, don't forget Broberg.
And Colton Parayko has stepped up a lot this year. I know it was Canada choice is controversial, but he has had a good year.
What about Pietrangelo?
He's been in Vegas for years, buddy.
I know he's been in Vegas.
You scared me for a second.
I was messing with you.
You scared me.
I was messing with you. Dude, you'd think... No, okay, so whenever I think of the St. Louis Blues, I think of like Alex Steen,
That's such a good pull.
fucking
Jay Bouwmeester.
David Backus, Jay Bouwmeester, and Alex Pietrangelo.
Barrett Jackman. That guy. He played in the KI. Hey, big call out there for Barrett Jackman
and Jake Allen and
Jake
that.
Allen.
Yeah.
No, what about Marty Brodeur? He was there for a bit.
Yeah. Watch out for those Blues, the Kings of the Midwest.
Okay, buddy. Let's take a look at the our initial.
Let's circle back here.
Jump to our initial standings predictions right now. Let's start with the Atlantic. Okay. I had the Leafs finishing first. Bam. Owen's perfect right now. 3 points up on Florida. Joe has Florida finishing first. Oh, I had the Leafs first. Joe had the Leafs second. I had Florida second. Joe. So we're both one off. Or sorry, I'm perfect so far. Joe's one off on each. They just need to be flipped. By the way, I think it was like 80% of people said your predictions were better. Just so you know. Like, yeah.
Mine were better.
Yeah, I was getting wiped.
Really?
I was embarrassed with how much of it I was like, mine were that bad. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
Really? I guess I just know puck better than anybody.
Wiped, man. It was embarrassing. But anyways, okay. I got Ottawa in third. Right now they're in fifth. But 3 games at hand on Boston to get in the fourth. Joe has Tampa in third. Bingo. Joe's correct. It's 2-1. 2-1-0 now. Joe's got one more. We both have Boston in fourth. Boom. We're both right there. Owen's 3-1. Joey's 2-2.
Okay.
And then obviously our predictions are for the end of the year. It doesn't matter what our records are right now. A lot can still happen.
I think I had the Sens.
You the Sens fifth. And that's correct for Joey.
Yeah, which they are.
I had Buffalo, which oh dear.
Oh my God.
I think we both got Montreal right and the rest wrong. So what's that? 1, 2, 3.
I think. Do we tie?
I think so. Yeah, we tie 4-4 for that one so far. Then no. Let's give it a quick. Let's give it a quick like analysis. Like, what do you think? Like as of right now, compared to your initial start of the season prediction, you changing anything, or you still like it?
I don't know if I am, dude.
Wow.
Honestly,
okay. I like it, man. I like that.
I think I'm okay where I'm at.
I mean, right now, I had Tampa finishing 6th. I would definitely have had them finishing third, probably Tampa third, Ottawa 4th.
I had Tampa in third, right?
Yeah, you did. I would like to have Tampa third, Ottawa 4th.
Yeah, I like where I'm at.
And then, Buffalo needs to be dropped down. I had Detroit in last. Like, if they didn't fire McClellan, or if they didn't fire Lalonde and hire McClellan, our Detroit pick in last was looking sick. Most people thought they were a playoff team. Like, our pick was looking nasty having them in last, and now they're on a heater. But
now they're on a heater.
Yeah, no, I like this. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job. I mean, it's not like it's super hard predicting the playoffs, but let's move on to the Metro here.
Poor Benny, man. How about hold on. One quick thing about the Atlantic I just want to bring up. Look at Boston's goal differential.
Yeah, they're shit. Pathetic.
How is that possible?
Dude, they're cooked. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. They got that initial bump when they hired or when they fired Monty. They started winning for a bit. It's faded. They're not a good enough team. They're done.
Maybe I dropped the Bruins down.
Just for Ottawa, right? And then you're fine.
Just for Ottawa.
But like you still have Ottawa making playoffs though, so
yeah.
Anyways, okay. I guess we'll move on to the Metro then. I mean, great call by both of us having Washington miss the playoffs. They're in first. But honestly, dude, most people thought that. Like, that wasn't even...
Dude, no one... I like to see someone who predicted Washington to be this good.
Yeah, they also have games at hand on the teams in second and third. So, I mean, just a wagon.
Oh, the Rangers. Oh, no.
Yeah. I wanted to have the Rangers low because I hate them. But then it was like, you put them in first. And I was like, that's so embarrassing. If I put them like fifth and Joe puts them first, I'm just going to say, fuck it, put them second. Fuck the Rangers.
You let me influence you, bro.
I know. I'm embarrassed. Not about that, but I mean, no, who saw this coming? Who saw this major of a collapse coming? I love it.
No.
I saw it coming, but next year. Not quite yet. It came a little.
This was the year, man. I said it.
Mika Zibanejad is horrible.
Zibanejad.
You jinxed the shit out of him at the start of the year, bro.
He was my... Didn't I say he was my sleeper MVP pick or something?
I think maybe. You might have.
Oh,
anyways,
Stye's still so good, but yeah.
Okay, Carolina, I have them in third. That's where they are right now. There's one for me. You had them in second. You had the Devils in third. So I got one. You got none so far. I had the Pens in 4th. They're in 5th. You had the Isles in 4th. They're in last. Dude, did we get any of these right? Nope.
No.
They're literally all wrong by a couple.
The Metro was a whiff.
I mean, the main part of the Metro is swap the Caps and the Rangers, and our predictions actually don't look too bad. And the Isles and the Blue Jackets.
Pens?
Buddy, the Pens can do this.
Dude, the Pens have the 3rd worst goal difference in the league.
Buddy, that's because they were getting blown out every game at the start of the year because Tristan Jarry, like, I don't know what was wrong, but he's okay now. We're good now. We've been playing good.
They're 3-4-3 in their last 10.
Yeah, they're getting points. They've had some struggles, but they've had a tough schedule too. They'll be all right. I think they're getting in.
Okay.
We're getting one last run for Sid, baby. Come on. Well, look how weak their competition is.
Whatever you say. It is possible.
I'm just glad they're in the fight right now, dude. Just glad they're in the fight.
Do you think it's possible for the Rangers to turn it around here, or is it just over?
They're fucking done. They're selling. They're done.
They're 20-20.
Chris Kreider's gone. Who else is gone?
There's not. You know what I noticed this year, Owen, is there's not a lot of other than the Blackhawks, I guess. Blackhawks and the Preds and the Sharks. Other than that, everyone's around 500.
Yeah, like there's less dominant teams, a lot more parity in the middle.
Complete shit teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
And the Jets are winning tonight too, by the way.
Yeah, they've picked it up. They proved me wrong a bit. I thought them and the Wild were honestly going to slip and showing no. They both picked it back up. Actually, sorry, they were slowing down. They both picked it back up. Dallas is a well-oiled machine. Colorado is a well-oiled machine. I mean, those 4 in the Central, not necessarily what we predicted. Let me just take a look here at what we had. But I mean, at this point, I definitely think those top 4 in the Central are the 4 that are getting it.
Okay. You think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, unless the Blues sneak in. They're so far back, though. Yeah, it's too big of a gap. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Look at the top 4 in the Central's last 10, like their last 10 records. They're all just dominant.
Yeah, wagons. That's what I mean, dude. Like those top 4, who's catching them? Those top 4 are in. Who's finishing where? I don't know.
Then the Blackhawks, the Preds are just going to keep getting shit on.
Dallas probably wins the division.
Yeah.
Like I do still, you know what? Like I mean, those like I think those 4 are the ones getting in. But I think it's going to end up Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg, Mini.
Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg.
I think so.
So you think? Okay.
Dude,
we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes.
Like Colorado doesn't have to gain that much with whole half season left. Like think about Winnipeg started 15-2. Colorado was not that far back.
That's true. They almost have the same amount of losses, dude.
So we both had Dallas in first, Colorado second. I had Utah third. Who, I mean, they could get a wild card. You had Nashville third, which is even worse. This division, oh man. We both had Winnipeg fifth. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, you had Utah fourth out as the other wild card. I had Nashville fourth as my other wild. We both had Winnipeg fifth. I had St. Louis in fifth. That's actually correct right now. Minnesota in sixth and missing the playoffs. I had Minnesota in seventh and missing the playoffs. You had Colorado seventh. I had Colorado eighth. You had St. Louis eighth. Horrible job by us.
Horrible, man.
That's rough.
It just shows how hard it is to predict the fucking league before the league even starts, man.
That's true though, for sure. It's hard.
Oh, the Pacific.
The Pacific.
How about them Kings?
Them Kings. Yeah, I gotta apologize to them because I've been saying all year up until pretty much this week that the Kings are not for real. I thought this was the year that they really fall off and start to kind of get into a retool because they have a lot of young pieces still, but just a retool. Anze Kopitar, what a fucking player this guy still is. Well, maybe like I feel like he's a little bit underappreciated. I feel like there was a time this guy was a top 5 player in the league for a good 5 or 6 years and a top 10 player for at least 10. He might be one of the most underappreciated stars of all time. He's been unbelievable at both ends of the ice this year, and being from Slovenia just makes it a little bit extra cool too.
Yeah, everyone always thinks he's Russian. I always used to think he was Russian.
And they're still doing this without Drew Doughty.
Exactly. Just wait till they get Drew Crew back.
Just wait until he's back, man. Good on the Kings. They've really figured it out this year. Oh, Adrian Kempe. Holy shit, this guy is good. He might be the most underrated player in the league.
He's good.
I think Biz was saying on Chicklets he'd give him $8 million, and I actually agree with him. I definitely give Adrian Kempe.
Yeah.
Check
yeah.
his numbers compared to $8 million players, dude. He is a stud.
Probably.
A stud.
That's because $8 mill's a scary number because you can give it to a lot of people, but you don't know. Like, it's either good or bad.
We'll talk about the cap after we talk about the Pacific here. But as for the Pacific right now, I think Vegas is winning it. Like, Edmonton could catch them. I had Edmonton winning. You had Vancouver. I had Vegas in second. You had Edmonton, so you're right there with Edmonton.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I have Edmonton, Vegas. I mean, now I had Edmonton. Now I think it's gonna be Vegas, but it could go either way. LA is in third. We both had them in seventh.
Dude, who thought LA was gonna do good, man? Like, no one.
I tricked you into thinking that though, like that they were gonna be that bad. You wanted them like I was really
okay.
Anti.
That's your fault, bud.
Yeah, I'll take. No, that's what I mean. I'm taking the blame for that one.
Is Seattle that bad? Oh my!
You had Seattle third and seventh.
Oh my!
I had Vancouver third, they're in fifth. I had Seattle fourth, they're in seventh. You had Vegas fourth, they're in first. We both had Calgary fifth, they're in fourth. We both had Anaheim in sixth. Hey, good job, buddy.
Yay!
And we both had San Jose in eighth. Good work on the San Jose Anaheim.
Yeah, nice one.
Good work.
Nice one. So how many did we correctly predict? Like 4 teams, correct positioning?
Like total or in this one?
Yeah, no, like total.
Oh, well, like each, I don't know. We had like 7 each or something.
Okay, so
under 50%. I think we should. Yeah, I think we tied.
Okay.
You might have. Yeah, I think you might have had one more actually. I think that Oilers coming second. I think that Oilers coming second at the end gave it to you. Even though you Vegas in fourth, man. I had them 1-2. I just needed it flipped. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah. I guess yours technically, if you're not looking at just playoff teams and you're looking at overall standings, yours is looking slightly better.
Okay.
As for this division, I mean, obviously, we both want to change what we said at the start of the year. Again, I think it finishes Vegas, Edmonton, LA, Vancouver in that order. No, I think Vancouver passes LA. I'm gonna do it.
Good take. Vancouver needs to get active at the deadline, though.
That's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on a trade and rejuvenation.
What the fuck's the GM's name? Patrick Alvin masterclass.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming.
For the next. Sorry, anything else to talk about for the standings there, buddy?
No, I don't think so. I think that kind of concludes the NHL talk here, bud.
I think that's enough talk on all that stuff for now. Gonna send it over to a very interesting interview. Billy Barbarich, former AAA hockey player, played at OHA Edmonton for a bit, went to a Western Hockey League camp in Swift Current. So he had quite the hockey career, but now he's switched up and he's playing college baseball at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology in Edmonton for the Riverhawks. So we'll send it over to him right now for a great interview.
The 2024-2025 NHL season still has that new car smell, and the action is heating up at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It is super easy for first-timers to get started at DraftKings Sportsbook. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see DKNG.co/ice.
Our next guest is going to be a bit of a different one today. he did have quite an interesting playing career from Grand Prairie, Alberta. Originally, grew up playing there. AAA when he was in U15 and U16. He eventually played at OHA Edmonton U18 and a season in the Northwestern Junior Hockey League before deciding to fully commit to baseball, where he's currently going to the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology and playing for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Please welcome Billy Barbarich. Billy, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm good,
Did
buddy.
I mess anything up in that intro there, or was that sound pretty accurate?
Yeah, did you get all his facts right there?
Yeah, no, that
right?
was everything sounded good there. Yeah, that was
right.
good.
Okay, cool, good. Well, yeah, we're excited to have you on. Obviously, we talked a while ago, and this has been in the works, so we're excited to have a guy who's kind of pursuing something different right now compared to our usual interview, but obviously still definitely want to talk about your hockey career as well. I think that's probably where we'll start, actually. Joe, anything you wanna say before we get into it here? Or?
I think it's just cool to hear from someone who started out playing hockey and then ended up switching up and still playing like baseball at a pretty high level. It's pretty sick. Because I played baseball. I kind of did the opposite of what you did. I played baseball until I was 18. Played college prep or whatever, and then decided to drop it and went full-time hockey. Right.
Okay.
So it's kind of So I did. I kind of did the opposite of what you're doing, but it's just cool to hear kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, and then for both of us, like baseball was like Joe.
Yeah, me and Owen played together.
It was our number two. Yeah, it was our number two sport our whole lives. So obviously that's just a little extra. We're excited to talk about that. But just kind of take us back to the beginning. You can talk hockey and baseball beginnings. Kind of who got you into those sports when you were a kid, or when did you start playing, and just kind of how did it grow from the start? Especially as a kid from Grand Prairie, it's not like baseball's something you'd really expect to come out of there.
Yeah, I got into baseball and hockey through my dad. I started playing at about age 4. Played for a small town team, maybe like 500 people, called the Rycroft Sharks.
Oh, wow.
And started out in initiation and just worked my way up through till about Adam. And then my second year Adam, they were having tryouts for Pee Wee, so I was the underage, and I ended up making the A team there. And then I was thinking like hockey could be something, and just thinking like that. And then after that, I played Pee Wee AA, and then I just kind of worked my way up through the AA, AAAs, all through there. I played like almost every level you can think of minor hockey. I played Bantam AA, AAA, played U16 AAA, played U18 AAA. Like I just kind of worked my way up. And then for baseball, kind of started up right around the same time as hockey, maybe a little later. Played for a team called the Rycroft Rage, just a little minor ball team. And then there was tryouts held in a town called Manning for a provincial team. And it was a Pee Wee team, and they were tier 1. And then my dad asked if I wanted to go try out. So I said, why not? See what happens. And then so I went out there. Had a good time, had a good tryout, made that team, and then we ended up winning provincials that we won it that following summer. Oh, nice. And I had a really good provincial. I think I led all of provincials by like 30 stolen bases or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're just running around the bases and everyone's making errors and shit.
Yeah. I was first pitch steal every time on first and second. I'd just be snagging them. And then so we got in there, and then I went back to that same Manning team the next year, and then we won provs again, and I led again in stolen bases by like crazy or something like that. And then I got on base really good. There was no like official like batting average, but I was it was pretty up there for sure.
Yeah.
And then I actually decided to take about 2 or 3 years off of baseball because I thought hockey was going to be the way. Yeah, I thought hockey was going to be my way. So and I took a couple years off, came out here to Edmonton first time to play for OHA, who I billeted with Harrison Bolt, who was on this pod.
Bolt, that was the connection, eh?
Yeah. But billeted with him. He's a great guy. I love that guy. And then
I train with him all the time. He's a beauty.
And then I got back up into baseball last year. Played a season for a team called the Northern Lights, U18 AAA team. I was a catcher at first, and then like I just had to get the rust off. It was a hell of a couple of first practices. And then after that, decided to reach my name out to some colleges. Hawks got back to me, and then came out here, and I was feeling really good. And yeah, we're up to here now.
Wow, that's quite the story.
It's
So it really
crazy
went back
story.
and forth. That's the craziest part for sure.
Yeah. They were both my number one sports. Like I couldn't really
Right.
choose between either, and then I ended up choosing hockey. And I think that might have been the wrong decision. I think if I had stayed with baseball the whole time, I think I would have been even better than where I am right now. But yeah.
Right. Okay,
That's the thing
interesting.
is,
Well,
I'll go. Yeah.
yeah.
You're forced to like choose kind of pretty early, and then you don't really know like as you develop as like a person, or like if you change your mind or whatever, like you can't really go back on your decision, can you? Like it's like,
Yeah.
but you ended
Exactly.
up doing it, and then it's like it ended up kind of working out in your favor a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've always been a huge sports guy. My three sports were hockey, baseball, and golf. So I've kind of like trained myself to like be as good as I possibly can on them, and then those would be my backup plans as they came through.
Right.
And like and I can't really do golf anymore though because the swing kind of gets messed up in baseball and everything.
Yeah, I
Especially
get that.
You get a big slice. You slice the ball. Are you lefty or righty?
I'm a righty swing.
Yeah, so it's sliced and it's cutting off to the right, eh?
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest problems I had when I was golfing, and then I just worked on it. I just tried anything I could to not cut it out like that, because like on the few rounds, there's been a fair amount of clubs thrown, like just stuff like that from those slices and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then for golf, there's an actual little side story, but I have a cousin. His name is Max Sekulich. He played on the PGA Tour. He's on the Asian Tour right now. And
Oh,
I
wow.
send him like videos of my golf swing and stuff. Just ask him how it looks. And I sent it to him one time, and he was like, "Wow, I'm really impressed." And then I just was kind of stuck with hockey and baseball at the time. And then he wanted me to like quit both of them to go golfing.
To play golf.
And yeah. And then I was like, I don't know about that, because golf was kind of been like stuck in the number 2 position, and I just play it for fun and just like
Yeah.
go for like golf when I was like maybe 14 was like that was a full-time job for me. Like I'd go out in the summertime from like 9 a.m. to like close, just doing rounds on the course.
So you're an absolute stick, eh?
As if you need another thing to choose from, eh? Like a third
Yeah,
option.
right? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and then back to when we were talking, he ended up asking me if I wanted to go caddy for him on this little tournament called the
that's
Mickelson
sick.
National. And it just was so much fun. Like and I kind of studied the game of golf a lot too, so I had good knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we went there. I was carrying the clubs for him, and I'd put in like every once in a while I'd give him some of my input. There's one putt I remember, it was on like the 5th or 6th hole. It was one for birdie. Wasn't really a must make, but it was nice to have. And then I was like, that looks like it's on a table. It might fall right. And then he's like, no, I think that's going to break up and left. And then he ended up hitting the putt. And right after he missed it, like just by a little bit. And he's like, fuck, Billy, you're right. And I was in front of about like 700 people. And I just laughed. It was so funny.
There was that many people there? Damn.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
we were in the final grouping for the final day, like to win everything. And he was 2 shots back, I think. And going on to the 18th.
Wow.
Going on to the 18th, it was like pretty tight. I think we were all within one shot. There was like 3,000 people like on the green. It was
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
So where was this tournament?
This was in Calgary. This was at the new.
It was in Calgary. Okay.
Yeah, it was in that new Mickelson private club.
Wow, that's cool.
No
That's
way, dude.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was a hell of an experience.
Dude, like the fact, yeah, and the fact that you've thrown golf in the mix too without us even knowing that is crazy. Yeah, we'll get into that, but we'll kind of probably just take it back a bit for now. As far as your hockey career, I kind of just wanted to ask about, your bantam years. I know you had mentioned you went to a Western League camp. Obviously, you played at OHA. So, especially, I mean, I'm assuming that was the time when you would quit baseball too, right? When you were at OHA.
When I was at OHA, I was still pretty stuck on hockey. Just the like, what was it? Summer before I got that invite to Swift. So I went out there. Yeah, I went out there. I didn't have a very good camp because I got COVID like right before the camp, and I tested negative.
Way.
Yeah, I tested negative the day we had to leave. And I was so hyped that I tested negative, but then I didn't
Yeah, of
realize I was
course.
2 weeks behind everyone in conditioning. So then I
Yeah,
was like,
that's tough.
yeah, this could. So I just tried to grind it out. It went like the first couple weren't bad. I think our first game that we played, I had a pretty nice assist on a 2-on-1 for the first goal of like the whole thing, which I
Well,
was
there
like,
you
okay,
go.
this could go somewhere. And
Yeah.
then there's a practice, and I don't know if you guys might know Clark Caswell, right? Captain of Swift Current right now.
I know the name. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of him. I don't really personally.
Little
know
younger.
him.
Yeah, a little younger for
We're
us.
old, dude. We're like ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the same age as me. He's a 5th round pick by Seattle, I believe. And
Okay.
so we were on the same team for that, and we were doing a practice little part. And I was like, we were going up against, and it was a 1-on-1 drill, and you kind of just both stack on the corners of the blue line, and then one pops out, one goes straight down, just on like that. And I was against Clark at the time, and I was like, oh, okay, because he was like the 6th overall pick of that dub draft or something like that. And I was just a camp invite. I was like, damn, okay. And then, we went down, and I was like trying something out I thought was so cool. And he just locked me up like I'm nothing. And I was just like, wow, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, I got to go to Seattle's camp in my Bantam year, and that was, I mean, it's a pretty overwhelming experience going there for the first time. Obviously, I mean, you're seeing, these guys who you think are probably like at the very least future NHL draft picks if they don't end up making the NHL. Like I remember at Seattle's camp, their first round pick that year was Uchas. He ended up being like, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd in the league in points, I think 1 year, or goals when he was older. But I think he was like 8th or 9th overall, and we were playing against his team. And like I thought he was going to be like this nasty skill guy, right? Like early on in camp, not too worried. My first shift against him, he ran me through the boards harder than I've ever been hit. And I was like, I'm a camp invite from Mission. You're a first round. Like, fuck off, dude. Like, he smoked me. But anyways, yeah, the main point there is just like, how did you kind of deal with that? Or, I mean, obviously it's a cool experience, but yeah, like it's overwhelming, and it's pretty intimidating as well when you're first getting there.
Yeah. Like I didn't even get the camp invite till like early August too, and it was like end of August, and and when I got that invite, I just remember like, damn, this could actually be a thing. Yeah, and then when I actually got to camp, it was just like, it was kind of crazy because like all these kids that were there, I've like looked at and I've known their names from the draft. And I was like, okay, it was like I was just a regular guy meeting celebrities. Like I didn't even really know what to do. And I just remembered I was there to play hockey. I tried my best to get through it, and then didn't make it too far in the camp, and then went to OHA. And then, and that year was a little different though, because our draft year was in like the middle of our U16 year because
COVID really messed it all up, right?
Yeah, and it was really weird.
Are you an 04 or are you?
I'm 06.
You're 06. Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh wait, dude, what am I saying? Yeah, because COVID was. Yeah, that's my bad. I was like, I'm way in advance. Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, I remember that. And then is the draft still held at the same time as it was? Because everyone was saying that it was way better to have it later.
It was it was kind of weird because like the average draft is in May sometime. It's kind of early. It's kind of early May.
Yeah.
And then our draft year was December 8th. I remember it because I was in school that day, and I had gotten a questionnaire from Spokane, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a lock." I thought it was like so going. And then I had that Safari browser open the whole day, all through class, just waiting for that name to pop up. And like I was seeing like a bunch of my buddies going too. And then my buddy Caden Longley, actually, he went the last pick of that draft.
And Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, he was the last pick.
He won the car.
And now he's a stud for Kelowna. And I was like,
wow. Oh, good for him then, man. Yeah. That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember, same like our draft year. I think, Joe, I don't know if you remember this, but we were sitting in Spanish class together, just spamming refresh on our phones. And we're seeing so many, you see so many guys, and, in the back of your mind, you're just praying that there might be that chance, right?
I didn't have a fucking shot.
Well, I was hoping at that point I had a shot. I thought I did at that point, but yeah, obviously you never ended up coming anywhere close. They probably made the right decisions there, but obviously you want it to happen.
Yeah. That was like I was telling a couple of my buddies in the class, I was like, "Yo, I could go like late here." Like I was
You
pretty
go late,
confident.
right?
Yeah, and then I little did I know there was kids who have talked to like every team in the league, and I just had that one questionnaire. But
Yeah.
The one folder.
I didn't even get a questionnaire. It was like I had heard that a scout asked our coach about me that year twice. So, and it was like, I think it was like, I want to say Kamloops in Seattle or Kamloops and someone else were the teams I had heard had just mentioned my name.
Dude,
and so every time their picks coming up, I'm like, come on, like this could be the one. Like,
Kamloops talked about, I think he talked about me, you, and Abram Owen.
Yeah, didn't your dad know the guy?
My dad knew the guy.
Didn't your dad knew the scout or something like
that?
Yeah,
he knew the scout or something. I have his card somewhere. He like gave me his card and he like talked to me and I was like, dude.
Well, you got to say they whipped on Abram pretty bad.
Yeah,
Holy. Yeah. I'm not sure if you know Abram Weeb. He was a guy he was playing like Mission minor hockey in his Bantam draft year, and now he's North Dakota's best defenseman and got drafted by Vegas somehow. So
wow.
And like a dub. I think he got one dub camp invite. Like he wasn't even on the radar.
His rights got picked up though. His rights were picked up after he got sick. But
not his rights weren't picked up until he was already in the BCHL.
That's what I mean. Like once he got.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, at that point, yeah. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, we kind of keep getting off track a little bit there. So kind of maybe tell us. I mean, obviously, I see you played a year of junior here in the Northwest League. I don't know much about that league. I'm not really familiar. Maybe just talk about your year there, and obviously with it being your last year of hockey, did you know that going in? Like, I'm assuming this was kind of the year you made your big decision, right? So just kind of tell us about that a little more.
Yeah, so that's a junior B league that I played in my last year.
Yeah,
I went there after I got cut as a third year for my hometown U18 AAA team, and so that was pretty like devastating to me. And I was like, yeah, I think hockey might be coming to an end here.
Right.
And then went there because I knew the coach. My dad knew the coach of that team, and it was a fun year. Like there were a bunch of older guys too. Like it's U21 league and everything.
Oh, okay,
yeah, and it was just like a little like Northern Alberta type of league. It was a lot of fun to play in. I did pretty well. But like the coolest part was like that was kind of the shit in every little town was their junior B team.
Yeah.
So there was just a lot of fans that came out to it and everything. Like when we went up to this place called Lacrete, if you guys know where that is, it's way northern Alberta.
I don't actually, but okay, yeah.
That sounds like northern Alberta.
Yeah, and it's but every time we went up there, it's like it's a dry town too, so there's like nothing you can do on a Saturday night. So whenever we went up there, stands were packed. There was like probably 1,500 people in the arena just watching.
That's pretty sick.
That's sick.
It was so
fun,
cool.
Dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Isn't there a couple BC teams in that league, like Dawson Creek and Fort St. John or something? I want to say.
Yeah, Fort St. John.
Yeah,
and Dawson.
okay.
They're Fort St. John's wagon usually every year.
Yeah,
they have a couple guys who goes to ACHA that college league. Like they actually.
Yeah, that's where I play actually.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, that's impressive. They're committing ACHA from.
Are they going? Do you know if they're going
Northwest
ACHA D1 or are they going like?
I don't remember. I think
whatever. Dude, Joe, I think Fort St. John like sometimes has guys who have like 100 points in 30 games.
Yeah,
like Fort St. because it's kids who play like Fort St. John produces like sick hockey players, and if they don't go far, they're like, fuck it, I'll just rip it up at home and have a packed barn. Like that's why. So I don't doubt that there might be the odd like ACHA D1 commit from there, to be honest, based on what I know. But
yeah, the most of the colleges that I see what's it called again that they commit to. The most is called Marion, and I don't know if that's a Div 3 or not, for ACHA or not. But yeah, they there was one like I think he was a scout for that team, and he came out to one of our games in Fort St. John, and he says like Fort St. John's pretty much their farm team, like they pick from them all the time and everything.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll have to look into that league a bit more. I haven't, like I said, I haven't heard much about it. So,
they're D2 ACHA.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Well, anyways, yeah. So the next one I had, obviously, so it's crazy to me you took that much time off baseball and now you're playing college. So
I mean, you're up in college.
Yeah. So you said you reached out to some teams, but I mean, how did you I mean, I guess you kind of just talked about like you getting cut from that team was kind of like one of your decision points, but what like really was like the breaking point when you were like, all right, I'm back all in on baseball. I'm going to college after you played for that year. Like just kind of talk a little bit more about that transition. And sorry,
Yeah.
I think Joe wanted to say something there.
No,
Add
that
something
was
there,
literally
maybe.
the question I was going to
Okay,
ask.
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, so like after I got cut there and then I was kind of playing, it was about halfway through I was about right at the start actually for the junior B season. This ad came up on Facebook and they were looking for players for the team. And I was like, you know what, might as well try it out. I don't think hockey's going to really go anywhere.
Right.
And then I went there and I was a little bit rusty. I didn't do terrible, but they liked me. And then I went out to a couple of their practices. There was really no like tryouts, but I went out to a practice and then they were either going to decide if they liked me or not. And so I went out to the practice and I showed pretty well. They put me at third for that practice and my arm strength was just nowhere near third. Yeah, they stuck me in the outfield, which I was pretty good at. Like I was a fast guy. I could get under balls. I could reball as well. And then once I got out to the Hawks here, actually to retract a little bit, my coach told me for teams, I can't remember if it was in Canada or if it was somewhere else or just like all over, but he told me that you have to reach out to them first for them to actually be able to talk to you and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
so I sent a bunch of emails to like some JUCOs and then some other Canadian schools here. I didn't really expect to get into a JUCO though, because that's pretty good nowadays. And
Okay.
then, but yeah, so then I reached out to them. They said, yeah, I can't remember. I don't think I sent any clips though. But yeah, so sent out an email, just said my stats, just how tall I am, what my 60 time was, and all that stuff. And then I committed in like maybe mid-June to come. And
Okay.
then I came out there. I started out as catcher outfielder, and I wasn't terrible. I just grinded that whole summer to actually be somewhat at a college level of even just a baseball player in general. And then started catching outfielder, and then I moved to second base because I had a little bit of a weaker arm, but I was an athletic guy,
Yeah.
and so I played there and I played well. I played well defensively, and then they kept me there, and now it's just really just working on the batting and just getting ready
Okay.
for the season part.
Nice. So this is going into your second year now?
This is going into my first year.
Oh, this is going into your first year. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I got you. Okay. Wow. That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like just that story as a whole. Joe, you got any more like baseball questions here? Like,
No, I was just saying, like, I actually wanted to hear your thoughts on like a comparison. Like, do you find more joy in playing baseball, or do you find that hockey was like, because they're different sports, right? But like, I feel like in Canada at least, for me it was always like baseball in the summer, hockey in the winter.
yeah,
Because
right.
baseball you couldn't play in the winter and it was just a big break, and then summer I just didn't want to be playing hockey when it was sunny out. So I kind of like play. I really love playing both sports, but like, do you find more joy playing baseball? Or do you find like you have more fun playing hockey because you played at high levels for both?
It was fun at times for both. Like baseball, I love. It's my number one now, and it's like it's a lot more. I don't want to say like laid back, but like just like the
In a way,
morning
it is.
practices and putting on your equipment for hockey and like just going out there, and those are kind of what burnt me out because I was doing that quite a bit. And then in
Right.
hockey, like, or in baseball, sorry, all you got to do is just like you just throw on your cleats, get dressed up, go out
Yeah.
there, and you just have fun with your boys. Like it's not like super like hard on your body either. Like you can play
Right.
it for
Yeah.
a long time, and like I do enjoy that a lot too. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. You play it in like sunny weather all the time. It's always good weather, good vibes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's transition like the hockey part, like the hockey conditioning, you do it a lot because you're always out there. You're like 30, 45-second shifts, and you got to
Yeah.
be,
Of course.
you got to be good for those, good to go the whole time. And then in baseball, you're out there for all 9 innings. All you're doing is just like your pre-step routine, and then just that sudden burst for 5-10 seconds for wherever the play goes to. And then
Right.
you're just, like, it's not as like you don't need to be super conditioned for it, I guess you could say, just like
Yeah, it's
lungs
more about
wise.
your explosiveness and footwork than it is about your
Yeah.
actual like conditioning and top
Mhm.
speed, I guess.
Yeah, and there's like and like in hockey you kind of just need to be like lean and strong and stuff. In baseball you need to be like muscle, like big, and like be able to hit far and like do all that, have strong arm and everything.
Yeah, it was hockey. You don't want to get top heavy or anything like that, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
you just
right.
want to, yeah.
Can't be slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's the like? I mean, I guess obviously going into your first season, what's the travel schedule like for you guys? Like, are you guys all over Canada or mostly just Alberta? What's kind of the teams you'll be playing against?
So in April, our first 2 weekends were home, and then our next weekend we go to UFV, which is in Abbotsford.
Oh,
We go
yeah, that's
there.
20
Right
minutes
where
from
we
us.
are, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
20 minutes.
I know a
that's
couple
right
buddies
there.
that play on the Cascades, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then yeah, so we go there for 2 games, and then we come back and we play like a weekday game, and then we're right in Calgary after that playing UFC.
Okay.
And then just a couple more games. Like it's kind of a little bit of a random day schedule. Like it's not like set weekends every time. Like we could play on like a
Right.
Tuesday or a Monday or something like that. And we have 30 games from the start of April to like just into May. And then yeah, so we're like, there's a lot of games to play.
Damn.
Just in the oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I think
insane. It's like Major League schedule.
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah,
say 165 or 160, 162 or whatever.
162.
yeah. It's a little bit of a shorter season. Like there's only, I think, if we get in playoffs, maybe it'll be like 40, 45, I think.
Okay.
And then
Fair enough.
yeah, and then so yeah, we play quite a bit. I think the most we have is like 2 days off in a row, maybe 3.
Wow.
And then yeah,
Okay.
and then we're just always going. And then yeah, we're just building up in practice till then.
How hard are they
Nice.
throwing? Like,
Oh,
is guys touching
one-
95 or 90 or like what are we saying here?
the strongest pitcher in the organization right now is throwing like, I think he topped 94.
94, okay.
That's crazy,
Dude,
Yeah.
I know. We have at Drury, like where I'm playing hockey, we're NCAA D2 school. So
Okay.
we have a D2 baseball team. And a lot of those guys are throwing like 95, 96. So I
Yeah,
was just wondering, I was just like comparing.
Yeah.
Like at that point it's like it's not how hard you throw, it's your stuff and
Yeah,
your
once you get to
location
a
and
certain
shit.
age, right? At
Yeah.
a certain
It's
point.
your
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, your mix, like you could like that before. I faced him in lives and stuff before, and like he'd throw like I think because he wasn't pitching too much, and I think he gassed like maybe 90, 91, something like that. And then I'd just be watching it. I couldn't even react. Like, and I'm usually a first pitch take guy. Like I
Yeah.
kind of like to time him up in that box. And then you'd think another one's coming right at you, and it just fall off a table in front of you, and you just be swinging just the wind farmer. And then,
Big
yeah,
rest.
it's really got to be real quick in your wits.
Yeah, I bet.
That's good. Yeah, it just takes me back to the baseball days, and I kind
Yeah,
of
I know. I
miss
keep
the
just thinking
school.
about baseball now.
I miss the sport, bro. It was actually really fun.
It's just fun, man. Like the dugout is so fun.
Yeah. And
Like
like
it doesn't get
shit.
much better.
yeah, and you're all buddies. Like even you all got your own handshakes and everything, and you're all just having fun. And like one of my favorite parts is the chatter too. Like just saying whatever comes to mind, and nobody cares. It's just just to hype the boys up. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
awesome.
such a different vibe around it. I love it.
Oh, and I just remember our trip to Spokane, like that one AAA weekend, or was it AA or AAA, bro?
Dude, do you mind if I tell it quick? It was
Yeah, you
AAA.
go for it, buddy.
So I was pretty good when I played baseball, but I quit a bit younger than Joe. Like I quit when I was like 15 to focus on hockey.
Yeah.
So I hadn't played baseball in like 2 years. I think I played half a year of single A and midget second year. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm good. That was fun. I'm good. And then I get a random phone call in like late August one year from, or I think he called my dad, but Joe's coach. And he asked me if I wanted to come down to Spokane with them and play all these AAA American teams. I didn't play baseball for a real team in 3 years. And like, I never used a wood bat, nothing. And I went down there and I played, and it was so fucking fun. We got mercied every game.
No, we didn't get mercy, bro. We won one.
we got we in the round robin 3 games we got mercied all 3, and then in our consolation game we mercied the team we played.
Did we get mercied every game, bro?
We got mercy. Well, yeah, 4 games.
I thought we got smacked around once, and then like it wasn't close, but we played the whole game.
We played the Idaho
okay,
State champions, the Oregon State champions, and the best team in Calgary in the round robin.
Yeah.
From what I heard, I mean Calgary Royals. Is that right?
Calgary Royals, I know, is a hockey team for sure.
That's their hockey team. That's why I said that. Okay, never mind. I forget what they were called then. But yeah, no, that tournament was a blast. But yeah, that was a shocker for me stepping into that after not playing in years. Mm-hmm. Like I'm used to facing 60, and these guys are throwing like low 80s at that point, probably. Hey,
I still got photos from that on.
Yeah, I probably got the odd one, but yeah. Anyways, sorry, Billy. I'm pretty much good here, Joe. Do you got much else you want to ask?
I'd say that's pretty much wraps, dude. We've been going for half an hour here, so
yeah. Billy, is there anything like you wanted to talk about, or anything you thought of, or story you wanted to tell, anything like that before we let you go here, or give me anything like?
Oh yeah, I guess I got one. This is from our we got a Fall World Series installed, and it's it's called a Fall World Series. Like it's just like just a tournament where we pick, like there was a draft and everything. If you go on the Instagram and check it out, and you could pick all from the organization, and then we play games. There's 3 teams, and we just play round robin games, then go into playoffs and everything. And in our final game, it was such a barn burner too. Like we won the whole thing, but just to get there, it was awesome. We played under the lights just to end it out, and we walked it off. And it was like we started out and we were up like maybe 5-2, 6-2, something like that. And then they started coming back. They got it to like maybe 10-6 or something like that. Yeah. And then so we were catching up, and it was 7 innings, and it was like maybe top 5, bottom 6. And then we started clawing our way back. We got up to, it was tied 11-11 going into the top of the 7th. And this one guy on our team hit an oppo down the line triple. And so with no outs either. So he was right there. He got batted in. It ended up being 12-11 going to the bottom of the 7th. And then they put in this guy who, like, he usually just carves. Like, he's got a curveball that just drops, and he could just make you look funny in the box. And like, yeah. And then we ended up getting like some solid. That might need to be redone, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we ended up getting some solid bats on balls, and we ended up loading the bases with no outs. And the guy hits like a chopper to like short. And it's just slow enough for the run to come in for us to walk it off 13-12 the whole thing. And that was like under the lights and everything. It was so cool.
No, that sounds like a blast, man.
13-12.
Yeah, it was a barn burner.
That's a burner. That's a burner.
13-12. Oh, dude, and the fact it switched, like they scored first as well, and you guys had to like clutch up too. That's crazy, man.
It was such a game, just so back and forth. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Nice. How'd you meet Harry? One sec. This is the last thing. I'll end on this. How'd you meet Harry Bolt?
Okay, so this is a little bit of a funny story. So we played U16 against each other all the time, and like I think I led my team in points, and he was leading his in points. So we were kind of like just like felt like kind of those guys on the ice, and so we'd yap quite a bit. And then there was one time where they were in Grand Prairie. And he got hit behind the net, and he laid on the ice like he was hurt. And then he got right back up, and like after the penalty was called, and then the ref gave him embellishment, and we just started giving it to him on the bench. And then when I got to OHA, I didn't know he was on that team, and then he was there, and I was like, "Wait, weren't you the guy who was laying behind the net against Grand Prairie?" And then we just kind of started laughing about that, and then I ended up building with him. And that was just such a fun year. We just did like everything together. It was awesome. We were just like brothers. Wow. Like there was one time right before the season ended, or it might have been after. We were still in school, and I think the season just ended. And then we stayed up till like 4 a.m. just doing trick shots. Like we were trying to film these trick shots with like ping pong balls. He would come from under like the balcony. and I'd be like, "Yo, you forgot your water bottle," and I'd try to throw it at him, and he'd try to open his bunny hug pocket just to like slide it right in there so perfectly. And we worked on that for like 3 hours straight, and we finally
Up
got it.
until-
So hyped.
In the middle of the night, dude. We might need. Do you got a video of it? We might need to see that if you do.
Oh, I should have a video of it. Let me find
You
it.
might. Hey, if you find it, send it to us.
Yeah, fire it to us after this.
Send
after
it,
the
send
FB
it
when
to
it's
us, and we'll
uploaded.
fire it on.
Okay,
Fire it on,
yeah.
we'll edit.
Yeah, I
yeah.
should find it.
Well,
That's good.
awesome. That's all I got, man. Thank you so much for doing this. That was a great interview. It was interesting to hear from kind of a different perspective on where you're at with your sporting career. So yeah, that was a great one. Thank you so much for doing it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me on. This was awesome. This was a blast. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you so much to Billy Barbarich for joining us for that interview. Joe, obviously, like we said many times now, a very unique one. But yeah, I really like to hear what he had to say. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think cool to hear his perspective of like quitting hockey, quitting hockey, but also taking his passion to like another sport.
Yeah.
And not like completely just you find guys that quit hockey, they just quit everything.
Yeah.
Like they don't have anything else. They don't have anything else going, and they just start life. But he's taken his talents to the college baseball route, which is kind of the secondary dream of mine. I don't know about you, but like that was kind of like the backup
back in
goal.
the day, obviously. But I switched too early to ever even really think about it, to be honest.
Exactly, dude. You're committed in spring hockey,
Well,
like
it was selects.
instantly.
Yeah, I just couldn't play that while having the baseball. Well, I did the 1 year, and then the coaches just hated me irrationally for it.
Yeah,
so
Les and Trevor
wasn't very. Fuck you, Les and Trevor, if you're listening. Fuck you guys. Probably the only time I'll vocally call someone out. Do you remember? I know we gotta get going, but do you remember that time when Trevor got in my face on third base because I told him to stop just firing the pitching machine at 70 miles per hour so we could do real batting practice?
Yeah, I guess who was teeing off on the pitching machine? You
were the only kid who could hit. You and
Keaton.
Gotta give Squires his props too in case he's listening. You and Keaton were the only two kids who could hit it. But we were doing a BP practice. They went through the whole team. They're like, wow, gotta be able to hit the ball. But it's like, just do real BP.
For reference, the machine was meant to shoot baseballs in the air for fly balls.
Yeah, it was an outfield fly ball machine. It wasn't a normal pitching machine. It was the dumbest.
Not a pitching machine.
These guys are losers, dude. And I was on third base, and I was like, can you give us real BP? And Trevor, who I think he was probably like 5'6", and at that time, I was the same height then and I am now. I was fucking 15. And he gets up in my face, and he had this like purple thing hanging off his eyeball. I don't know what it was, like a skin thing.
Probably
or something.
Twitching.
Yeah, he always had this purple like lump, and he gets in my face, and he takes off his sunglasses, and all I can see is this big purple lump on his eyeball, and he goes, "You're a cocky one, aren't you?" And then I was just like,
"You are."
I just want to play. I just want batting practice, dude. Maybe it wasn't cocky. It was something like that, though. But anyways, if either of them ever hear that for some reason, go fuck yourselves.
Baseball memories, bro.
Baseball memories. So I think that's probably all we have time for today. I know we didn't really quite get to recap all the jungle stuff as much as we would have liked. But obviously everyone knows there's a lot going on here right now. So don't know when the next episode is going to be out yet. I am moving to New Zealand, and in case somehow somebody hasn't heard that yet. So we did what we could before I left. Who knows? We literally might have an episode out again next week. Probably not. So just stay tuned, stay posted. We will be coming back. We're still doing it, but just might be a little bit different for a while I move and we get everything sorted out with the time zones and whatnot. Really excited for some of the interviews we got coming soon. We have a UNLV player coming on very, very soon. We were supposed to come on this week, but we had a scheduling issue last minute. He's going to be on soon. We're pumped to get him. Talk about UNLV pounding the NCAA champions Denver. That's going to be sick. But buddy, yeah, I think that's a good way to end it off for this week. You got anything else you want to mention here?
I don't think so, man. I think it's just, big life things coming up. Always moving across the country.
Big stuff. Across the world.
Growing up a little bit. And no, I'm excited. I just want you to fly safe, bud.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Have a good trip.
Thanks, man.
Have a good trip.
Yeah, so I guess we're recording on Wednesday right now, so I'll be leaving on Saturday. So when this
Fuck, dude.
drops this should drop Thursday. It might drop Friday. Dude.
How long is the flight?
14 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, so you're leaving. Is it
Direct.
So what time are you gonna?
I leave at 11:40. I leave Vancouver at 11:45 at night, so almost midnight, and I arrive in New Zealand at 11 a.m. New Zealand time, which will be
Dude,
2 p.m. in Vancouver, but the day before. Yeah,
the day before.
or 3
time
p.m.
traveling.
3 p.m. Maybe it's 4 hour. I don't know, something like that.
You time traveling,
Yeah,
buddy.
time traveling is gonna be crazy. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to download, make sure to follow the social media. Stay tuned. We got some great content, great plans, big interviews. And yeah, just continue to please keep supporting, share the pod. You know, we really want to start growing this again. Obviously with the holidays, everything kind of slowed down, but we're looking to get it going right back up again and keep growing the platform. So thank you all so much for listening this week, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.